It's not low enough. Can you hear me?
This is the Sports Timeout Podcast with Jensen Maydew, Tony Caranco, and your host, Wes Underwood.
And welcome into the Sports Timeout Podcast brought to you by Jeffersons. Free Fried Pickle Fridays. Go get some today and try out some of those new wing flavors over there. And when you're done, go check out Roberts Integrative Dentistry in Joplin if you're looking for a brighter, straighter smile. Yeah, bringing that back. Be sure to schedule your appointment today at 417-622-0404. Wes Underwood, Clint's out this week. Tony's out for respectful reasons for both of them for sure. Jensen's back. Welcome in.
Thank you, thank you.
And you got to watch me golf a little bit there. You were kind of curious as to why I did that, but just having some fun here at our, I'm going to announce it. We just got them as a sponsor. So season 9 coming up. Yeah, that's one of our new sponsors, Tea Time in Web City. So come check them out. They're open till 11. So if you want to come join me some night while we're recording, Tony and I will be out here eventually. And come say hey. So, but anything else going on for you?
No, I'm just jealous that I can't be there with you guys. It looks awesome.
Hey, just take a break and come up one of the weeks that we're out here. Go for it. on your way into Kansas for a holiday or something.
Yeah, honestly, I should. It's a good idea.
It's definitely got the crowd of teenagers and all that stuff pre-recording tonight. So we're out here doing that.
It's awesome.
But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe and follow button on YouTube. And first up, we'll go ahead and talk about the Olympics. I mean, all right. U.S. women's national team in soccer has won 3 straight. Goals from Trinity Rodman and Corbin Albert gave the U.S. women's national team a 2-1 win over Australia. And, that was on Wednesday and to secure that first place spot in Group B. And the Olympic Games, I mean, they've set up themselves in the quarterfinal against Japan in Paris tomorrow. So be looking forward to that matchup. I mean, the U.S. went into the game with the place in the knockout phase already confirmed after 2 impressive wins. So, I mean, it's been pretty awesome to watch on that side. Then on the men's side, same thing there. It's their first time going into the knockout round since 2000. I mean, that was in Sydney, Australia. And interesting that the women beat Australia to get in. And, here we are. First time since Sydney on the men's side. Landon Donovan, to name a guy, Sporting Kansas City legend, Josh Wolf, former SKC, midfielder there, I believe. And just a couple of names, but it's crazy to see how they're doing. I'm excited for them. And then as for men's basketball Wednesday, I'm sure you saw this, Jensen, 103-86 win over South Sudan. That moved Team USA to 2-0 in the Olympic play, punched their ticket into next week's quarterfinals. And you said that you saw it coming. I honestly didn't, but good call there.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of it.
You should be.
I
You
love
could have rode that bench and got 66 points, right?
No, literally. Crazy. Yeah. Also, when you were talking about the women's soccer, I was watching. I don't even remember who they were playing, but you would know because there was like a goal that was made that ricocheted like off of the goalpost and like went in.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Cause like I'm gonna be honest, I don't like usually watch a lot of soccer, but like moments like that, I'm like, oh, I should watch soccer more.
I mean, that's my definition of a banger, in my opinion. They say it's a hard, long shot from far away, but I call it a banger when it just hits off and then zooms right in past the goalkeeper. I mean, it's awesome to do, and they practice for it. Like, there's not a golfer. Wow, there's not a player in soccer that I don't know who doesn't try to hit that shot and make it the most exciting shot ever, because everybody I know that plays or has played, I mean, they practice it every now and then just to make sure that they can get that angle, because sometimes you got to do that against those goalies, and that's one for instance. But
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, key runs there define the game for the U.S. men's team, and then on the women's side, same thing there for soccer. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Mhm.
But and then over to swimming, Katie Ledecky. I mean, she romped to the 8th Olympic gold medal of her career and 12th medal overall with a runaway victory in the 1500-meter freestyle Wednesday as well at the Paris Games. Wednesday was pretty event filled. I mean, there's still tons to go. We're just a week in now. But yeah, I mean, she also confirmed after that race that she had no plans of retiring and wants to compete in Los Angeles. And 27-year-old tied fellow American Dar Torres, Natalie Coughlin, and Jenny Thompson for most medals ever by a female swimmer. So yeah, she wasn't concerned about the history records that she's making, by the way. She said that as well. And USA up in the total medal count so far. And any other surprises from this week that you've seen? I mean, rugby was pretty cool on the women's side.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of stuff about the rugby team. Also, I mean, I don't know if it's like a surprise, but I watched a lot of the gymnastics.
Oh,
Um,
man.
it was so good. It's insane the things that they do.
Yeah. Did you
Like,
watch individuals on Thursday?
yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah,
Crazy.
crazy. Yeah. But I think it's always so exciting to watch Simone. I mean, like
Yeah.
anytime you get a chance to watch her, like it's kind of like honestly like LeBron in a way, like it's like you need to like really be grateful in that you're like witnessing this in your lifetime. And that's how I feel like if there's any chance to watch Simone, like take it because like who knows it like when her last meet will be. So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, also you don't know when this duo is going to happen again. Have you been watching the Olympic comedy coverage with Kevin Hart and Keenan Thompson?
No, but that sounds like a great
Oh,
pair.
yeah, you should go watch that after we hop off here. I mean, it's
Okay.
fantastic. The first episode, I was kind of like, how's this going to go? But then after that, they got into a rhythm and it was pretty funny. I mean, they've got people slamming jokes right back at them who are Olympic athletes and all that jazz. So it's been really fun to watch. But first episode was a little dragged, but it picked up.
Okay, so skip the first episode.
I mean, I'd watch it just for some of the jokes. I mean, they tried to make themselves laugh so hard. That was funny.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check that out because
They
that pair would be entertaining.
he definitely threw a couple more roasts out for the Tom Brady roast, and he's like, I'm still there physically. So
That's funny.
I was like, you're there physically? Okay, all right. But on that note, we go ahead and move into the NFL, and we talk Bears and wide receiver DJ Moore. His 4-year extension worth $110 million. And I mean, wow. The largest in franchise history, according to his agent in Rosenthal. And this didn't seem right to me. So, I mean, you've had Khalil Mack, Julius Peppers, Montez Sweat, Jay Cutler, and so on. But so I went ahead and researched it. And for the team's history, biggest contracts at 4 years, third, Jalen Johnson, 76 million. Then Montez Sweat, 98 million over 4 years. And then Peppers, 6 years at 84 million as well. Cutler was at 7 years. He had 127 million. We're kind of going up in the numbers there from 110, aren't we? And
Wait,
Khalil Mack, 6 years, 141 million. So that's total contract. Then annual, Sweat had 24.5 million, Mack had 23.5 million, and then DJ Moore's on the list at 20 million, and that's getting ready to go up, guaranteed pay at 82 million. So for DJ now, that's what his contract will be. And it still comes in second. Khalil Mack was at the 90 million guaranteed mark as well. So that's guaranteed. And then, so I don't know if he was talking wide receivers or what, but it sure wasn't in team history. His extension takes him to 2029, though. So essentially, he restructured his rookie deal, which was up to 2026 after restructuring it last season. So as he got pulled in to Chicago from Carolina. And I don't know. I'm just confused. But what are your thoughts here? Is he worth that money? Is he's averaged a little over 1,000 yards per season, and he had a career high 8 touchdowns last year. But is he worth the money? And do you think, based on that, he's the highest paid?
I mean, from the stats, it doesn't sound like it that you just mentioned.
I had to go there on that one because I was like, no, Khalil Mack was the biggest contract, and I know that just top of my head. So
It- I I would hope that his agent meant position wise and not franchise wise, but
he
who
did
knows?
say franchise, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he meant to say position, but I mean, and then you got Tyreek Hill. He's got Tyreek Hill that he's dealing with too, and he's trying to get that new extension down in Miami as well to become more money paid down there too.
yeah,
Rightfully so with all those kids, but hey,
yeah.
uh,
But yeah, I think they, like you said, like coming off of like a 8 touchdown, you know, best. I
yeah,
think that it was, I think that they're smart to restructure that this year after a season like that. Um, so now it is a lot of money, but we'll see. Hopefully he earned it.
absolutely. I mean, I hope so too. I actually do like him as a receiver and a player. He's a pretty good guy. He's pretty humble when it comes to it. So him getting paid, good job. Great for you.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you've done for the NFL, and you've done a lot in the communities too. So kudos. Kudos. And continuing in the NFL, we go ahead and talk football, which made its return last night. The Bears took on Houston, and well, you may have seen what we're getting ready to talk about here in the Hawkeye lines, as the NFL is moving closer to replacing the chain gang with new technology to measure the line to game. And NFL executive Gary Brantley told the AP that the league will test Sony's Hawkeye technology. Fitting name there as Hawkeye from, but that's what I think when I hear Hawkeye is like, oh man, he's up there from the Avengers. Okay. But yeah. During some of the preseason games, the system will most likely uh not be ready for full implementation until next year. But I mean, people thought it would happen sooner, but we're in the installation phase for all of our stadiums, really getting them calibrated and up to date, said Brantley. And the NFL senior VP and chief information officer also said we're really just getting to a place where this system is as accurate as possible and really calibrating across our multiple stadiums. We have multiple stadiums with multiple dimensions. He likes the word multiple, that's for sure. Inside of those stadiums with different age. So we're really just going through the installation and putting the infrastructure together and making sure these cameras are installed. And I mean, y'all have any thoughts on this? I mean, Jensen, I know a couple of weeks ago we were talking about robot umpires in the MLB, but I mean, this one might catch earlier than next season.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I understand though too, like he was explaining, like obviously every football field is the same, but every stadium's so different that I can imagine like how hard it is to like calibrate to everything that they have to. So
Absolutely.
yeah, but that's exciting. Like, but I also feel like in 2024, like technology is only getting better and better. So
Yeah.
I think it was time, you know.
That's why I think the MLB will be there sooner than they think. I mean, like you just said there, I mean, it's getting better and better. I mean, I just had to go out and get a new phone myself. I didn't want to, but my phone was broken and I had to upgrade it. And the technology that's on it, the cameras and everything that are on that phone, I mean, it's ridiculous at how awesome it is.
Yeah,
Just how clear and crisp images are on a phone now. Like you don't even have to go buy a camera anymore. That's how awesome it is. Like you have a phone, you have a camera, you have a camcorder on your phone now. I mean, going old school there, being a 90s kid, but hey, yeah, I mean, it's just all in the palm of your hand now. It's crazy. But
literally. Yep. Yep.
and speaking of MLB, we'll go ahead and talk the trade deadline as the Cardinals and the Royals both made great moves, which brought players back to Missouri who have been gone for a bit. But the Cards pick up Tommy Pham, which was already a great pickup for them for sure. The former Card returned in great fashion. He hit a grand slam to help the Cardinals win, and then went 4 for 6 total in the first 2 games back. And then they picked up Eric Fed, brought him to the bullpen, and I like the aggressive moves there. But I'm glad to see Pham back home, and just glad to see him back in a Cardinals uniform because it didn't seem fitting when he left. And then the Royals, they grabbed bullpen help as they add Lucas Urseg, Hunter Harvey to the bullpen, and then grab Michael Lorenzen and add him to the starting rotation as Marsh gets demoted down to catch his breath in AAA. And then they also bring in Paul DeWong, former Cards player as well, and finds his way back to Missouri for Kansas City, and will be seeing some time at you know, third base, and he'll help relieve Garcia there, and he'll be in there also giving Bobby Witt Jr. some days off as, you know, DeLong, I mean, played shortstop early in his days, so I'd like to see him back out there and see if he can play. But in my opinion, Cardinals and the Royals got better again. We saw that Pham right away. I mean, he did fantastic. And then the Royals used Ursig, who didn't allow a run in his inning pitched on Wednesday, and also had 2 strikeouts. I mean, it's exciting to see both teams in Missouri going all in. They were both going for players like Randy Arozarena, who went to the Mariners, Justin, and then with Justin Turner. And then pretty much, yeah, good moves there. Good moves. But the Royals also went after Flatherly, who ended up in LA. And I mean, let's talk the Dodgers there. They had the most productive trade deadline. I mean, they got Edman from the Cards, Rosario from Tampa, Kopech from the White Sox, and Caramier from the Blue Jays. And then, yeah, I mean, the White Sox were dealing. They traded Kopech, as we mentioned, Jimenez, Pham, Fade, DeWong, Banks. I mean, 6 core guys that they had needed to move, and they moved them and they got rid of them. I don't feel like they got too much in return for them, so I kind of feel like the White Sox were the odd man out there. But I mean, they're also a team that's on pace for 121 losses on the season and have lost 17 straight now. So it's crazy just to see that. But I mean, do you have any thoughts on this? Are you excited for the Royals, the Cardinals, or
Well, like you were talking about the White Sox, like it feels like they are trying to like just recreate a team with the 17 losses and then they're like trading all these guys. So something's going on, I feel like internally, in my opinion, it sounds
yeah?
like.
I mean, they did get a new coach, and they're doing stuff in the Central, and I mean, they were doing okay to start out with, and then they had some key injuries along the way. But I'm not really quite certain what else they could do at this point because I mean they're just losing like 17 in a row. That I mean
That's bad.
that's even before the All Star break. Yeah, it's horrible. Like if you're Chicago and you just get this new coach, I mean, I guess the Royals went through it with getting Quattaro from Tampa Bay, but I mean, the Royals though they did stuff and they moved aggressively, and this just doesn't seem like it's been aggressively. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot to be said there. LA definitely won for sure on free agency, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so exciting to see the new sponsor, the corner kick picture.
Yeah, yeah. And well, on that note, we'll go ahead and talk soccer, and that's brought to you by the Corner Kick and Neosho. Be sure to stop by the Corner Kick located at 1411 Blue Oak Lane, Suite C, Neosho, Missouri. And they have the largest soccer store, Southwest Missouri, Northwest Arkansas, Southeast Kansas, and Northeastern Oklahoma. So be sure to check them out on Tuesday through Sunday for your local football needs. And right now, they are offering 10% off for all kids who signed up for local city and rec leagues. So go check them out and get in on that. Help them out. I've heard that they've been really busy down there, so good job. But keep them more busy and get them going. Yeah, especially since we're getting into soccer season here in the 4 state area. So,
Yeah.
but up first, we'll go ahead and talk sporting. And out of their last 6 matches of play, they have won 5 of them. They have looked better collectively overall the last few weeks and have performed well against Chicago in group play last Sunday. They continue in League Club play or League Cup, excuse me. I thought that said club. I'm so sorry. But cup play against Toluca on Monday, and keep your eyes out for Willie Agata here as he is looking healthier week after week. The dude has been on fire. Seven combined goals over the last 6 matches. And they will be taking on Toluca this Monday at 8 p.m. in Kansas City. I'm excited for the match, and you should be too, because not only is Agata on fire, but we have a pretty fire deal that's about ready to get set up here as this will be our first offer up for grabs to pre-start our raffle. So we have 4 tickets for this game, and all you have to do is help us get the word out about the raffle. And yeah, that video will be dropping later tomorrow, so be sure to get that out. We'll announce our winners on Monday morning or Sunday evening, depending on how it works out. But yeah, we've got a raffle coming up, and we're very excited to get that going. But these tickets here are kind of our kickstart to that raffle, and we've got tons of stuff that we're going to give away, and we got some good giveaways. And throughout the week, we'll be dropping some other giveaways that you guys can help out with too. So yeah, St. Louis, they're doing all right, and yeah, St. Louis City's just been fun to watch. I mean, they've had their ups and downs this year, but I feel like they're going to have a turnaround in their second half. And I mean, yeah, it's been interesting to watch. That's for sure. Not
Yeah.
much on them. I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of St. Louis City, but I know that they're doing some things. Players were hurt, and yeah, it's just been fun to watch. I know that their last meeting between Sporting, they got in there and they did some good stuff too. So lastly, we go ahead and talk NWSL. We talk the Current. They returned to action last night, and the Current went up early, 23 minutes into the match against Tigress Mula Fanel. I mean, I'm butchering that. I guarantee it. I heard it once and it didn't stick. So, but they went up 2-0 by half, and it was a well done first half, in my opinion. They're on a roll right now. This makes it 3 wins in a row. And I mean, as we're pre-recording and I'm still looking at it, they're up 3-1 now. They're playing well in the second half as well. Yeah, they gave up a goal, but I mean, 3 in a row for them. It's crazy because this is a team that had that loss to Orlando, but now they've won 3 straight in this cup play, and I think that they're going to do really well in this cup play. I'm just really excited for this team in the second half. I'm ready for them to go rematch against Orlando because of everything that they did to Kansas City when they came into Kansas City. Total disrespect, and I'm still kind of bitter about it as a fan, and I mean, even as a media person. You just don't go into someone's house and do that kind of stuff. Take water bottles from the training staff, kick them out of their hands, and all that kind of stuff. Celebrate like you've won the league, and you still have a whole second half of the season to go. But I mean, this team has been pretty well collected. They've done what they've needed to do. Coach Flacco's been awesome. He's been lightheaded. He's got the team where they need to be mindset wise. They've got players off in Paris right now, taking care of business for their countries, and they're finding their alternates off the bench. And this just shows how well that bench is. I mean, Coach Vlatko's just been fantastic at getting this bench to come up and do what they need to do. And talking to him, he said that he's got a lot of high class people in that organization. And when they're ready to step in, they're ready to step in. They're not just going to be those bench players that sit there and come in and like, oh, I'm getting to play. It's like these are guys that have, or excuse me, in this league, these are women that have that experience and that are just doing what they need to do to get out there and get their minutes and be able to be effective in a game. I mean, we talked Kristen Hamilton. She's just been a machine since she's come back, and she's done her thing over and over, and she does well in cup play too. But getting over 40 goals in your career, I mean, you got to be doing something right. So good stuff out of them. And I mean, have you been able to catch a match between them yet? Did you get to go watch the Houston Dash, or did you watch Sporting in Houston?
Neither.
Oh,
Did
I
I tell
thought
you
you
that?
went to one. I thought you went to one last year.
Oh, I did go to one last year, but it wasn't Sporting.
No, okay.
Oh,
So I think you went to the Dash versus Kansas City because that was your first soccer game, I believe.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, and you got to watch a pretty good team at that point because they did really well in that game too. And I mean, they had a lot of injuries last year, but getting these players in, it's always good to have a good deep bench to have. So
yeah, yeah. And soccer games are so much fun to go to.
yeah, dude, like no joke.
Yeah,
I'm
the
excited.
crowd.
I need to talk to Sam at the corner kick and see if we can get some vuvuzelas or something. But those things are fun. The big old trumpets and all that jazz out there. But
Yeah,
and well, on that note, we head into the local sports update brought to you by Trackside Burgers. They're open at 1515 West 10th Street. Go get some weekend barbecue today. Tomorrow, you won't regret it. And yeah, nothing in local news this week, but keep your eyes and ears out for Rajendra Campbell as he is in the Olympics. He is playing or competing, not playing, competing for Jamaica. So yeah, Moso alum, and he lived in the States, so Jamaican American, because I'm sure Jamaican would be first before American. But we brought him over for college, and good job, Coach Brian Allen, because this guy is a class act, and I appreciate everything that he represents. He's been great, and he is a very humble man. So excited to see what he can do. And yeah, and on
yeah,
that note, we head into the 2-minute warning brought to you by Ghetto Tacos. And on Fridays, get 10% off burritos all day long. They do close at 5 p.m. They're located at 536 Northeast Street in Webb City, Missouri. Drive through is available 417 717 1261, and they will be closed for the rest of this week. I believe they're opening back up next week. They've been on vacation. They deserve it. I mean, 2 food trucks in the shop, and they're doing fantastic. And when they come back, make sure you go get some of these tumblers. I mean, these hot nights, if you can't tell, I'm sweating doing this recording, but we're at tea time tonight. We got the bay open, as you saw there when I opened the show, and yeah, just having fun out here. Excited to have them on as a sponsor. Can't wait to do more with them. We're excited for this community, and with football season coming up, we're excited to use all this stuff that's going to be over here. I mean, they said in their interview with us that they're going to be opening up the big patio out front and letting people come out and tailgate. They're in talks with teams about getting the games up here on Friday nights, and I think it'd be a blast and a great atmosphere for the ones who don't want to go endure a big crowd. They can come here and have a small crowd, or they can go golf and watch the game in their base. So it's
yeah,
pretty awesome. But excited for both of these. Ghetto Taco just right across the street. So if you're ever in need of food before you come over, make sure you visit Ghetto Taco. But they also have some good food over here, some good appetizers at tea time as well. So, but yeah, Outlaws Baseball, they return home. Be sure to tune into their social media pages for times and updates on their games. And I know that there's some weather in the forecast coming up this weekend. We had a surprise shower yesterday, and very much surprised. I accidentally left my dog outside all night. I completely own up to that. I forgot that he was out there. Normally he'll bark and come up to the window and start begging to come back in, but I think it was so nice last night. Different change from the whole week. But he's just out there having a blast. And then at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear some barking. And I'm like, am I dreaming? No, I let the dog in. And then I wake up and my wife comes up and she goes, you left the dog out all night. And I go, all right, well, it wasn't a dream then. Okay. So that was for real. So, but yeah,
at least it was nice.
it was. And luckily, it was a nice, subtle rain. It wasn't like a torrential downpour. I think we looked and it was almost close to an inch. But if he lays under the trees, he doesn't get wet. But if it's like 2 or more inches, then he gets soaked because it just starts going to the middle of the yard. But I think it's been so dry that it just kind of soaked up everywhere else. But I didn't even hear it. There was thunder, I guess, too, and lightning, and didn't see it. So that's a first for me. So to sleep through that, I'm very proud. But
You must
anyway, yeah. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, doing anything fun this weekend? Gonna take the week off next week. Doing anything fun next week too?
I'm not that far ahead yet in my
Okay.
head. for next
I'm
week.
not either.
But
I have school. That's about it.
this weekend, one of my friends, it's her birthday, so we're gonna do like a little birthday celebration. But
Party
other
like
than
it's
that,
your birthday. Gonna
other
bring in G Unit.
I'm gonna bring a G unit.
Dun dun.
No.
Oh, Fitty. Not gonna bring in Fitty.
What are you doing this weekend?
Getting ready for school to start back up next week. First year teacher stuff. Whoop whoop.
Yay!
Getting in my classroom for the first time, so that would be nice.
You
Yeah,
gonna decorate
and
it?
then I don't know yet. I'm probably gonna leave that up to the wife.
Good choice.
I mean, she did my room last year. It came out good. I liked it. I wasn't in there as much as I thought I'd be, but I was more in the classroom last year and then trying to do other things. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Also this weekend, I mean, get out there, check out Trackside. Get out there. Not this weekend, but next week, go check out Ghetto's Tacos, and then go down to the corner kick and see Sam and get your soccer stuff. But other than that, you guys have a good, safe rest of the weekend. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and be on the lookout for those raffle items, and help us with the teachers that we're going to be donating those proceeds to. So more information will come tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see you next time on the Sports Timeout.